Hello everyone, welcome back to NG Classes. I hope you all like my previous video, and if it helped you, please do subscribe my channel. And yes, if you want me to discuss any other topic, please comment in the comment box. So today we are going to discuss squares and square root. But before starting this topic, at first we will discuss what is exponents and powers. So suppose I am taking one expression as 4 times 4 times 4. In exponential form, we can represent this one as 4 to the power 3. Here, this 4 is called base and this 3 is the power. In the same way, if I am writing 4 times 4, then in exponential form, we can write it as 4 to the power 2. Here this power is representing how many times 4 is repeating itself. For this case, 2 times, and for the above case, 3 times. In the same way, we can write 5 times 5 times 5 and one more 5 in exponential form as 5 to the power 4. Suppose we are having 2 times 5 repeating itself, then we can represent it as 5 to the power 2. When we are having 7 times 7, it will be 7 to the power 2. 8 times 8, 8 to the power 2. So, you know how to express this kind of expression in exponential form. Now, when any number is having power 2, this is having its specific name called square. So, either I can call it as a 5 to the power 2 or 5 square. Both are same thing, just having two different names. Here 7 to the power 2 or 7 square. In the same way 8 to the power 2 or 8 square. Suppose I want to write 9 square, then I will write 9 to the power 2. If I want to write 11 square, then 11 to the power 2. So, in this session, we are going to discuss about square at first, and this is the square. Square of 9, square of 11. If I am writing a square of 12, so it will be 12 to the power 2. I hope this one is clear to you. Now, we will find square of few numbers. So, suppose I want to find square of 5. So, we know 5 to the power 2 means 5 times 5. So, it will be 25. Suppose I want to take another number, that is 9 square. What will be 9 square? So, 9 square means 9 times 9. It will be 81. Square of one more number, that is suppose I want to find square of 10. It will be 10 times 10, nothing else. And our result will be 100. Clear? And now we know how to find a square of any number. Here I am going to write square of a number starting from 1 to 10. So 1 square will be 1 times 1, that is 1 only. 2 square will be 2 times 2, 4. 3 square will be in the same way 9. 4 square 16. 5 square 25. 6 square 36. 7 square will be 49. 8 square 64. 9 square 81 and 10 square 100. Now the numbers sitting on the right hand side of equals to this 1, 4, 9, 16, these all the numbers are perfect square number. So 4, 9, 25 and all the numbers sitting on the right side, these are perfect square number. How we will identify any perfect square number? So a number which we can represent after factorizing or after breaking this number, when you can express this one as a product of two same number, then this number is a perfect square number. So 4 we can express it as 2 times 2. Product of two same numbers. Similarly 9 I can express this one as 3 times 3. Product of two same number. Therefore 9 is a perfect square number. Similarly we will get for 25 I can express it as 5 times 5. Same numbers. Product. Same for 81. 9 times 9. Now let's check for another number. So suppose I am taking another example, 15. Now check whether this one is a perfect square number or not. So 15 we can express it as 3 times 5. So definitely we are not getting two same numbers product. Here 3 and 5 we are not getting same number, so 15 is not a perfect square number. Let's check for another number, 27. Check it whether it's a perfect square number or not. So 27 I can express this one as 3 times 9. So we are not getting two same number. 27 is not a perfect square number. So we can conclude that a perfect square number is a number that can be expressed as a product of an integer with itself. So when we can express any number as a product of an integer with itself or the product of two same number, then that number is a perfect square number. Now we will solve one problem. So the question is, identify the perfect square number from the given options. So 4 options are given over here and we need to identify which number is perfect square number. So let's start from option A. So 39, we can express this 39 as 3 times 13. We are not getting two same numbers product or multiplication of two same numbers. So 39 is not a perfect square number. Now check for 52. We will get 4 times 13. So this one is also, here also we are not getting same numbers. So 52 is not a perfect square number. Now check for 64. 64 I can express as 8 times 8. Then yes, 64 is a product of, after breaking we are getting product of two same numbers or two same integer. Then yes, 64 is a perfect square number. Now check for 75 as well. So we will get 5 times 15. Then this 75 is also not a perfect square number. So option C is the correct option, is our answer. Clear? Now here I have written a square of a number starting from 1 to 20. Now you know what is perfect square number. The numbers sitting on the right side, these all the numbers are perfect square numbers. 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. This 121, 144, 169, 196, 225, 256. These are the number which are perfect square number. So then you will see carefully the ones place digit of each and every perfect square number. You will see they are following a certain pattern. Just see the unit digit of the first one and the second one, then third one, then all the highlighted numbers unit digit. When you will see, just see the pattern. The first number's unit digit is 1. Let me write 1 here. Alright. Now the second one unit digit is 4, or the last digit is 4. Then 9. Then 6. Then we are having 5. Again 6, which I have already written. Then 9, which I have already taken. 4, written already. 1, yes. 0, let me write 0 here. Alright, now for 121 unit digit is 1. Already I have written here. 4, already taken. 9, 6, 5, again 6, then 9, 4, 1, 0. Alright, all the numbers I have already written. So, we can conclude that any perfect square numbers unit digit will be either 0, 1, 4, 9, 6 or 5. Alright, if you want to find the perfect square number of any larger number, you will get the unit digit from any of from this group only. It can be 0, 1, 4, 9, 6 or 5. Alright. So what we can conclude from here? We can conclude that any perfect square number must have 0, yes, any perfect square number must have 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 at its unit place. If a number is a perfect square number, if we can represent it as a product of two same integer, then that number's unit digit will be from this group only. Clear? But that doesn't mean that if a number has just unit digit this one, then it is a perfect square. Because the criteria for perfect square is it must have product of same integers. If that is not if you are not getting that case, then just unit digit, suppose we are having 29, just this unit digit is not giving us the idea that this 29 is a perfect square number. Because we can't express it. If you will express this one as a product of two same number, that is not possible for this case. Alright, suppose take another number, unit digit 4. Let me check. 14. If I'll represent it as a product of two numbers, I'll get 2 into 7. So the criteria for perfect square number is not fulfilled here. So just 4 will not say whether it's a perfect square number or not. Clear? Now another conclusion we are getting from here is that if a number contains 2, 3, 7, 8, this 2, 3, 7, 8 at its unit place, then definitely it's not a perfect square number. If any number which contain unit digit as 2, 3, 7 or 8, then without checking the product or same integer, you can say that it will not be a perfect square number. Just check any number. Suppose I am taking, for this 7, I am taking one number, that is suppose 27. If we will take it, it will be 3 into 9. Same number we are not getting. No need to check this one. Just the 7 will give us the idea that this will not be a perfect square number. If you will get 8 as a unit digit of any number, that will not be a perfect square. 8 anywhere. Okay. Same for 3 and 2. If the unit digit is 2 or 3 or 7 or 8, then that number will never be a perfect square number. Clear? And now we will discuss Pythagorean triplet. Just see this word carefully. Pythagorean. This is a name of a mathematician. This Pythagoras is a name of a mathematician who has given triplet. What does it mean? Triplet means three numbers. Group of three numbers which follows a certain property. So let's understand this one with the help of one example. So let's take 3 square plus 4 square. Now you know how to find square of any number. So find and solve it. So 3 square will be 9 and 4 square will be 16. When we will add this 2, we will get 25. This 25 is a perfect square number which we can represent as product of two same integer. Right? And we can write this 5 times 5 as 5 to the power 2 as well. So finally, what are we getting? We are getting that 3 square plus 4 square is giving us 5 square. This 3, 4 and 5, this triplet is called Pythagorean triplet. It is following certain property where the square of the first number plus the square of second number is giving us the square of third number. If any triplet is following such property, then that triplet is called Pythagorean triplet. Clear? Let's take another example. Suppose I am taking 6 square plus 8 square, and at first we will solve this one. So 6 square will be 6 times 6, 36. 8 square will be 64. When we will add this 2, we will get 100, which is a perfect square number. We can express it as product of two same integer and 10 square at last. So what are we getting? We are getting that 6 square plus 8 square is equals to 10 square. Then from here we can conclude that this 6, 8, 10 is also following the property of Pythagorean triplet. That is, square of the first one plus the square of second one is equals to square of third one. Clear? And now one identity is given here and we need to check whether it's true or not. We will check left hand side is equals to right hand side or not. So for any natural number m greater than 1, natural number, all the counting number starts from 1 are natural number. So for all natural number m greater than 1, this is the identity. Let's check left hand side. We are having 2m whole square plus m square minus 1 whole square. Clear? First solve it. So 2m whole square will be 2m times 2m plus this one we will expand it according to the identity of a minus b whole square. So a square minus 2ab plus b square is equals to 4m square plus m to the power 4 minus 2m square plus 1. We are having m square here and here. So we will apply the operation and at last we will have m to the power 4 plus 2m square plus 1. Similarly, we will solve our right hand side. So, we are having m square plus 1 whole square. Apply the identity of a plus b whole square. We'll get a square plus 2ab plus b square. And at last it will be m to the power 4 plus 2m square plus 1. So what are we getting from here? That our left hand side is equals to right hand side. And one more thing we are getting from here, that the group of 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1, it's a Pythagorean triplet. The square of the first one plus square of second one is giving us the square of third one. So it's a Pythagorean triplet. Clear? And now we will discuss what is the square root. So square root is the inverse operation of square. So suppose I am having 5 square is equals to 25. Here the power is 2 or 2 by 1. When I will change the side, when I want to shift this power from left hand side to right hand side, this will be 25 to the power 1 by 2. Now see how this power just became reciprocal or inverse. Clear? Here 5 is the remaining. This 1 by 2 power, we can write it as the square root sign. Clear? And 25 inside the square root sign. So this one is the square root sign or radical sign. Any number which is having power 1 by 2, suppose 64 power 1 by 2, we can write it as a square root of 64, or maybe 121 to the power 1 by 2. We can represent this one as square root of 121. Clear? Now here we will discuss how to find square root by prime factorization method. So suppose I am taking one example. I am taking, that is, we need to find square root of 6400. Alright, prime factorization. So we will do factorization of the 6400 by using the prime numbers. Clear? So 2, 3 times 6, 0, 0. Then again 1600, 2, 8, 0, 0. So what I am doing? Factorizing by using just prime number. 2, 400 here will get 100, then 50, then 2, 25, then 5 times 5 and 5 at 1 you can stop. So what are we getting after doing the factorization of 6400? We are getting, under the square root sign, we are getting how many number of times 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 2. 6, 7 and 8. And 2 more 5 we are having. Now there is a condition for this square root sign, that if a number is in pair, then only one number will come out of the square root, this root. So if 2 is in pair, only 1 2 will come out from this root. Okay, for a pair of number, one number will come out. And suppose we are having under the square root sign, we are having 5 times 5. So for a pair of number, one number will come out, and this will give us, after this, after following the condition, this square root sign will vanish. Clear? So here we are having lots of numbers. Yeah, one by one we will make the pair and will remove it. So the first pair, 1 2 will come out. I am writing 2 here. For another pair, one more 2 will come out. So one more 2. For the next pair, 1 2 from this pair. Next pair will give one more 2. After that, 2 times 5 we are having. So 1 5 we will have. And since we are following the condition for square root, for a pair 1 is coming out, so now square root sign will vanish. Sign gone. What are we having as an answer? 80. So this is our answer, and this is the whole process for finding square root by prime factorization method. And now we will discuss how to find square root of any number by long division method. So we are having 529. At first, we will make pair of numbers starting from the last digit of the number, given number. So from the last digit, if you will make the pair, you will get the first pair, and 5 is alone. No problem, we will treat it alone only. So now find the number square of any number which is lesser than or equals to 5. So square of 1 will be 1, square of 2 will be 4, and square of 3 will be 9. So from here we can take square of 2 which is lesser than 5. So 2 times 4, 5 minus 4 will be 1. 29, since we made the pair, we have to bring it together. So 29 I am writing here. Whatever you have written here, just copy it here now and add it. So 2 plus 2 will be 4. Okay. Now beside this 4, write a number. Here, write a number and multiply the whole number with the same number. Like, if you are writing beside this 4, if you are writing 1, then you have to multiply this 41 with 1 only. Or beside this 4, if you are writing 2, then you have to multiply 42 with 2. And check whether we are getting any number lesser than or equals to 129 or not. So when we will check it with 3, 43 with 3, you will get, we are getting 129. So 3, 129, and our final remainder is 0. Now we can't proceed. Here we have to stop the process. And we got the answer. This 23 is our answer. This quotient is our answer. So square root of 529 will be 23. Same way, by following the same process, we will solve B. So 4096 we are having. At first, make pair from the last digit. So first pair and second pair. Now this 40 is in pair. I have to treat it together. This 4 and 0 which are in pair, I will treat it together and like the previous process, we will search a number, square of any number lesser than or equals to 40. So when you will search 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49. So 6 square 36 we will take from here. 6 times 36. Subtract it. 4 is the remainder. Now this 96 is in pair. We have to bring it together. We have to treat it together. So 96 I am writing here. Now whatever I have written here, I need to write the same number here and add it. So 6 plus 6 will be 12. Now beside this 12, write a number and multiply the whole thing with the same number. So if you will write 4 here and multiply this 124 with 4, you will get 496. And our remainder is 0 now. We need to stop the process and we got square root of 4096 as 64. I hope the whole concept is clear to you. Thanks for watching the video.